coach, put me in the game. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a now flex. While you there looking depressed, feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, but you handsome, you ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend go and put your pants on. Down, the best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo. Headed where the homie live, cause it's on though. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo. So my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home though. No, we living solo. Vertebrae. Got this broken to his place. It's shit in his face, yeah. From then I say it's evidence. You entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up. Then I again. Gone. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, Defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
You know, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6.
Touchdown! Mike Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On play action, they'll throw. This one swung out to Montgomery, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards through the air, caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Dolphins at 2-7 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. And
he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 30. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joejuan Williams. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Throwing, Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jakobi Meyers. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off play action. Jones. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now Hill to return it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And it'll be Dolphin football. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Matt Judon. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Here we go, set.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Jones throwing complete for Harris. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. This is up and good from Pinheiro. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. A short kick taken at the 18. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And they work this down inside the 30. Eddie Pinheiro on now. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. He completes it to Wilson.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Arnold.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The end result, 21 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Caught, it's Wilson. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So the 3 points there, seeing that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, but now it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Jones. And this is caught by Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Off the play fake. Jones. That's caught by Myers. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now in Miami. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Throwing Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. He's got it to Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Off play action. Jones. Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. From 19 yards away. And the Pats look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Patriots 23, Dolphins 3. Jake Bailey to kick off for the Patriots.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a third and long at the outset of this drive. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line ready to go. They're in control here as they start first and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Harris on second down. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, here's Harris. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Running left is Stevenson. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just